Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC on a lower degree, and we're going to talk about the possible breakout we could be getting within the next few hours, at least for the short term, right? So let's break it down. So as you can see, guys, we talked about the macro scale, but today I'm just going to talk about the the lower degree, so we can basically focus on what we could be getting within the next few hours or few days, right? At least for the short term. In terms of Elliott Wave analysis, I already gave you during my previous analysis, I showed you the indicators and everything. I'm going to show you again, right? But in terms of analysis, you can see like on a 12-hour time frame, BTC is actually very bullish. Your RSI is still like making high highs, and your price action is making like basically high highs at the same time. But you can see like we still haven't retested this blue trend line, and if we're going to retest this blue trend line, RSI most likely going to retest the blue trend line, at least for the short term, right? As you can see, MACD is still looking great. In terms of like bullishness, we're still looking okay. MACD, as you can see, we still haven't retested the double top. Just about this level, we still haven't see like a double top. The double top going to be very bullish, even though like most people are going to be actually bearish in terms of like this double top. But of course, like, because if we push the upside, it means like a BTC going to be making basically retesting the trend line, and basically the MACD going to be a double topping. So two things you need to keep in mind in terms of your indicators, MACD and RSI. Keep an eye on your RSI. It might not be like pushing back up as soon as as soon as basically we get the breakout, because we can get a fake out. RSI can still do this and go back up and retest it. Price can drop back down and push back up. That's why I'm showing you right around this area. Support going to be 73 to 74, even down to like a 72.50 level, right? In terms of wave analysis, guys, as you can see, we talked about this move, the three-way move impulse we got, not impulse, but the three-way move we got in this level, right? And after that, just about like a late March, we said we got an internal flat correction, right? And we already got another move to the upside, this small five wave impulse, right? So we got this move to the upside. Let's change it to yellow, right? So but this move, when BTC was making this three-way move right around this area correction, we anticipated this move to be like this, okay? A W, X, and Y correction. That's a Y, not an X, and a Y correction. So but we said if we break 7150 to 7285, we're just going to eliminate this X correction and just call the small correction within this level your WXY, ABC or WXY, whatever you want to call it, okay? The small correction just like this one, and then we're going to be looking for another move to the upside, right? The move we're looking for to the upside, it is this move, 1, 2. It could be a small 5 wave also, just like the correction we got in this area. So if you want to look for a 1-to-1 extension, you could even do this, right? Just a 1-to-1 extension to the upside, going to take you just about a 8K, okay? 8 to low 8K. It could even go all the way up to like 85 if you just follow the proper basically extension, right? But the main thing to pay attention, at least for the short term, it is making a bull flag, and most likely, okay, if this bull flag is successful, most likely we're going to be looking for another push to the upside up to like a 8K to low 8K. But I would not be too bullish if BTC basically like a retest 8K to low 8K, because you want to be looking for a possible reversal, right? Because we already got our clean WXY correction. You got this move WX and Y correction, and within your WXY correction, you can go back and do it yourself. But you can see like we got multiple WXY correction. I showed you previously, right? So let's keep that in mind. At least for the short term, we're looking for another move to the upside up to like a 79.50. I wouldn't be too bullish above 8K, but we got a possibility to go above 8K, right? So but above 8K, I'm gonna be looking for a setup for BTC to be reversing, at least for the short term, a short-term reversal, possibly all the way down to like a 75 to 72 range, right? So at least for the short term, that's what you need to pay attention, right? Pay attention to. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart and 2-day chart, right? So 2-day chart, as I said it previously, volume is not that bad, right? It is decreasing. Price is making some making a bull flag. So let's see, it could be a very boring 2 days, because like I said, it could be making a bull flag on the lower degree, dropping down to 72, 73 range, get bought up by the 1 hour 100 EMA. I'm going to show you 1 hour 100 EMA. We haven't retested the 1 hour 100 EMA over the last 3 days, so that's not good at all, and price is still going up, so it means we can still drop and retest the 1 hour 100 EMA before going up, right? So you take a look at it on 3-day chart. Let's go on Binance, because it's on Binance. So 3-day chart volume is basically starting to decrease on the 2-day chart, but we expected it. If you watch my previous analysis on Thursday, I think, right, 3-4 days ago, I said like we're gonna be moving sideways, okay, because the volume we've been expecting on the weekly volume, you can see like the weekly volume, we've been expecting what, 450 to just about like 450 to 480. We're already at 438, so it means like we don't have enough volatility for the for the next like 11 hours. We got like 11 hours for the weekly candle to close, so we don't have enough volatility. The only thing you can get is like some fake outs down to like a 72, or pump back up to 78, drop back down, all that good stuff, right? So keep in mind, until the weekly candle starts, we most likely not gonna get like crazy breakout. So do not get fooled by any of these moves, right? So let's take a look at the 2-day chart again. 2-day chart volume is decreasing, and price is basically relatively making you could say like a lower high. It is basically making a triangle, right? It means we're going to be breaking out, at least for the short term. The breakout could be on the lower degree after we close this candle. Most likely the bulls, in order to to stay strong, they want to close this candle green. So I wouldn't be too excited in terms like of this candle if like we close below 75, 74 level before the daily candle close, right? So let's keep that in mind. Within the next like 12 hours, we definitely want to keep this candle green, okay? We do not want to get this candle red within the next 12 hours, right? So another time frame we could be paying attention to is like the 3-day chart. It is going to close in like 11 hours. So basically that's what I was saying on the 2-day chart, right? We want to keep this candle green, so we do not want to close below like a 74.80, okay? Even though 74.80 to 73.80 is a very strong support, right? We just gotta drop down within the next 4 to 6 hours, basically retest 74 to 73, get bought up, retest the 1 hour 100 EMA basically in that area, and then pump back up before the weekly candle start. It matters, guys. We do not want to close this candle anywhere around like us below 74 to 73. It could change the entire structure, at least for the short term, right? So 2-day chart looking okay, 3-day chart looking okay. Weekly time frame, as you can see on the weekly, I already showed you, right? Weekly volume, we've been talking about it over the last 3 to 5 weeks, a very constant declining rate. Every single week basically gonna eat up like the 90% to 80% of the previous week. That's why we've been expecting 450 to 480 in terms of volume. Once again, volume 450 to 480, we're most likely gonna get above 450 because we're already at 480, right? I mean 440, right? So we definitely gonna get another 20,000 volume before end of the week, right? End of the day, right? At least for the short term, right? So next week, if the volatility gonna remain the same, it's gonna be very scary, guys. But if the bulls, okay, do not keep up the momentum and basically get a higher volume, this week could be a very volatile week. Why it is going to be a very volatile week? Because we're going to be expecting volume to be just about like 400,000, right? It all depends if basically the bulls manage to early this week, they managed to pump all the way up to 8K to 8,200. The rest of the week could be very volatile because I don't expect the volume to go to zero, all right? But if we retest the previous top, last week volume by Thursday, it means over the next few days after that, right? Over the next like a few days or whatever, right? After we retest like a 450,000 volume, it is going to be some selling pressure volume. So that's it. You have to basically keep that in mind. If we go all the way up to like if the bulls manage to push to a 8K to 80 to 100 level by Wednesday or Thursday, it means like guys, the bear is going to be stepping in over the last within the next 48 hours after that, because the volume cannot basically, I don't expect like to get a big green candle within this area. So if we're gonna break this level, it could be red. If we're gonna be breaking this level, this candle most likely going to be red, right? So we just want to take it slow all the way up to like Friday or Saturday probably, before retesting like low 8K, and the week after that bears can basically take over, right? So let's keep that in mind, right? At least for the short term. I already showed you the macro scale on the 5-day chart. It matters, guys. Whenever your volume is 300,000 and BTC pumped, take your money and run away and wait for the next setup, right? So you take a look at it on the 5-day chart. On my previous video, I showed you guys most. If you haven't watched it, make sure to go back and watch it, right? BTC is looking very, very bullish on the macro scale. We got a divergence on the 3-day chart. As you can see, we talked about this divergence, and we said exactly if BTC managed to get this bullish crossover, the bear is going to be doomed. Okay, we could be pumping much higher than basically like 8K level. So let's see if we're going to be able to sustain this bullish divergence and bullish MACD crossover. RSI doesn't give us any on the 5-day chart. It is not giving us any sort of a bullish signal. It is just moving higher. Current level of the RSI is just about 49. So let's keep that in mind. 5-day chart, once again, it is very, very bullish, right? But the good thing for the bears is like the 3-day chart. Even though the 3-day chart, we got a crossover, right? I talked about this many times. If you go back on my channel, you can see me talk about the 3-day chart, right? I said clearly we're gonna need for BTC to give us a very impulse move to the upside. We're gonna need a double crossover on our 3-day chart, just like this one. All right, so when did we anticipate it? We anticipated it when BTC was at 10.5. We said after we basically drop down to 42 to 55 level, we want BTC basically to do something like this, and then give time to our 3-day chart, right? 3-day MACD to give us a double crossover. This double crossover it is still possible, right? The only thing that is basically very scary is like, not scary but very bullish, is like the 5-day already ready to pump. All right, so let's see which one going to be successful, right? Either way you look at it, both setup are pretty bullish. The only difference is like the 3-day chart gonna be giving us a sell-off. Okay, we're gonna get the curving down, right, and then another curve back up, right? So but the 5-day chart doesn't want to do that. The 5-day already got its double crossover. It means like it can be pumping all the way up. So we just have to be very, very careful in terms of the 2-day chart and your 5-day chart, right? And basically monitor BTC volatility, bullish divergence, volume, and all of that, in order to basically see where could we be going. Either way you look at it, it is going to be very bullish very soon. It doesn't mean we're going to go all the way up to 20K, 50K, 100K, but basically we could be getting like another very bullish move after this one, okay, after the next sell-off or something like that, right? So I'm going to show you also another chart, guys. I'm going to show you XRP and BTC, right? I'm going to show you the chart of XRP. Let's take a look at King XRP. So guys, make sure to hit the likes and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification if you're new to the content, so you can get these type of updates, right? All right. Let's take a look at XRP. I'm pretty sure I already got the setup. All right, so let's take a look at XRP and BTC. We're gonna compare XRP and basically BTC, right? So let's take a look at BTC on the 5-day chart. I'm gonna add MACD it is quite crazy. It is quite crazy how BTC and XRP basically looking pretty much very similar. All right, so when you take a look at XRP in terms of like a correction, so as you can see, XRP from like just about like a 50 cents, we got a very impulse move down, right? Okay, we got a very impulse move down, and after that we got a clean correction. All right, we called for this correction when everybody was talking about like that was like the swell. Okay, the swell conference, everybody was like, oh, XRP gonna go to the moon, and I was like, guys, this move is impulse. After that we got another corrective move, which is in yellow, right? And then we called for XRP like a 13 cents, right? But XRP dropped all the way down to where, to like a 17 cents before giving us another impulse move to the upside in yellow, which was just corrective, right? Another impulse move to the upside, right? And after that we anticipated XRP now to complete the 13 cents move down, right? So if you compare this move to BTC, right, as you can see, BTC basically give us a very clean corrective move down all the way up here in blue, right? And after that, when the rest of the market been looking for what, for 16k, 12k, 10.5, we said that's a double top, right? And do not be looking for any head and shoulder, cup and handle, and none of that. We're gonna retest 42 to 45. And what BTC did, okay, BTC dropped all the way down to 40, you know, all the way down to 3800. So if you compare these two analysis, right, you can see BTC is basically repeating the same exact structure XRP already did. All right, so what are we looking for BTC right now to do? It can basically pump all the way up to 12k. So in terms of macro scale, one of the reasons I'm being very careful about this 5-day bullish crossover, if BTC is going to replicate the move XRP did in this area, it is going to push above 10.5. Okay, it is going to push all the way up. It could retest all the way up to 12k level. So it is something that we just have to keep in mind. You guys remember, I was looking for BTC 12k if we get this move, right? But the move came very impulse, right? And I was like, okay, we can retest it before going to 12k, but we do not have to retest it. We can make another impulse move on the 5 days. It's going to look like impulse, but if you take a look at it on the lower degree, it is corrective. You see what I'm saying? So we can still make this move. We just don't know how high it is going to go. But if we basically go by the same structure we got on XRP, it could basically break the previous correction. That's why I'm saying, like, that's why I'm saying do not be too bearish. Just wait till BTC basically give you a you know, reversal pattern, and then you could be looking for some doom prices, right? At least for the short term. As of now, you know, I'm starting to turn very bullish on BTC. If we break 85, we're most likely going to be retesting 10.5 and so on, right? At least for the short term. And then after that, we could be looking for our basically move to the downside. It's not going to change anything about the structure. Like, it's not going to change the macro scale structure. BTC dropping all the way down below 3k. I already showed you on on my previous video. You go back and watch it about the WXY correction macro scale. All right guys, thanks a lot for watching.